Hello children, welcome to the class The Medieval India and Political Transition. So in last class we study about Rajput dynasties, Gurjara Pratiharas, Garhwalas, Paramaras, Solankis, Chandelas and last one is Chauhans. What we called these dynasties? Yes, these dynasty called as multi-state political system. What is multi-state political system? The rule of small kings. Multi-state political system is the rule of small king. These multi-state political system are Rajput dynasty defeated by Turks, especially Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori conquered so many places when defeating the Rajputs. He gave these places to his slave. So, the slaves of Muhammad Ghori established Turk rule in India. They were called as Delhi Sultans. Today, we discuss about Delhi Sultans. Why these Turk rulers called as Delhi Sultan? Yes, the slaves of Muhammad Ghori or the Turks made Delhi as its administrative center. So, Delhi was the administrative center of Turks or slaves of Muhammad Ghori. In this, the Turk rulers called as Delhi Sultans. The important five dynasty ruled over Delhi. They were ruled CE 1206 to 1526. The 1526 is Babur established Mughal rule in India. Next, the important Delhi Sultans are the five important Delhi Sultans. First one, Ghulam dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and last one is Lodhi dynasty. The first one, Ghulam dynasty. The Ghulam dynasty also called slave dynasty. All the people who succeeded Muhammad Ghori in all the places conquered by him in India were his slaves. Qutbuddin Aibak, who established Turk rule in Delhi, was also a slave. His successor were, means Aibak's successor were also a slave. Hence, their rule is termed as Ghulam dynasty. That means the successor of Muhammad Ghori, were his slaves. Qutbuddin Aibak, he was established Turk rule in India, was also a slave of Ghori. Aibak's successor were also a slaves. Hence, this dynasty termed as slave dynasty. So, understand why Ghulam dynasty termed as slave dynasty? Yes. The next, this slave dynasty founded by Qutbuddin Aibak. The important rulers of slave dynasties were Qutbuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Razia Sultana, Ghiyasuddin Balban. So next, the first slave of Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak was a founder of slave dynasty. He was established Turk rule in India. He was ruled CE 1206 to 1210. He belongs to a family of Afghanistan Turks. His guardians, means Aibak guardians, sold to Qazi of Nishapur as slave. He received education Arabic and also a Persian languages. He was also trained in archery, horse riding and soldiering. Archery means, yes, shooting arrow with bow. Muhammad Ghori purchased Aibak as his slave. Aibak attracted the attention of Ghori by his bravery. He is one of the instrumental in the second battle of Tharain. Already in the last class I explained the first battle of Tharain and also the second battle of Tharain. So in the second battle of Tharain, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated and also imprisoned by Muhammad Ghori. So Haibak became the successor of Ghori. He ruled independently after the death of the Muhammad Ghori. Haibak patronized Nizami and Pak-e-Mudhabir. Both are the scholars, important scholar during the period of Aibak. So the Nizami work Taj-ul-Masir, provided information on Haibak. The next, the Haibak built Quwat-ul-Islam Mosque in Delhi. He built Quwat-ul-Islam Mosque in Delhi. Instead of Quwat-ul-Islam Mosque, he started Qutub Minar. Next, Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is in Delhi. It is one of the tallest minarets in the world, built by bricks. This is started by Aibak, but this is not completed by Haibak. This is completed by his slave Iltamas. So it is 225 feet in height with delicate curving. These are 5 floors. There are 5 floors in the building. So observe this picture. There are 5 floors. This floor helps the building with step leading to them. There are 5 floors in the building with step leading to them. The next are the another important slave ruler, Iltamas. Iltamas was a son-in-law of Qutbuddin Haibak. He belongs to a Ilbari family. Iltamas belongs to a Ilbari family. He was a slave of Qutbuddin Haibak. Iltamas called as slave of slave. Iltamas called as slave of slave because Haibak was a slave of Muhammad Ghori. Iltamas was a slave of Qutbuddin Haibak. In this, he was called a slave of slave. He was the administrator of Gwalior and also became the successor of Haibak. He ruled as a Delhi Sultan between 1211 to 1256. Ghazni king Taj-uddin Yaldoz and Sindh's king Naziruddin Kabacha opposed the ascendance of Iltamas, the Sultan of Delhi. So, Naziruddin Kabacha and Tajuddin Yaldoz revolt against Iltamas, but Iltamas defeated them and conquered so many places. So, Ranthambore, Mandora, Gwalior, Bilsam, Ajmer, Benares and Kanauj. These places conquered by Iltamas. In these places, Ranthambore and Ajmer both are in Rajasthan. Gwalior and Bilsa in Madhya Pradesh. Mandora, Benares and Kanauj is in Uttar Pradesh. So, Iltamas defeated Chengiz Khan. Chengiz Khan was a leader of Mongolian and had attacked India for the first time. Yes, you know Babur, already I told. Babur was a founder of Mughal Empire. So the Babur belongs to the lineage of Chengiz Khan. These achievements. Tell me the achievements of Iltamas. Yes, importantly, 3 important achievements. The first one, he defeated Tajuddin Yaldoz and Naziruddin Kabacha. Second one, he conquered so many places. The third one, he was retreat or defeated Mongolian. These are the achievements of Iltutmish. These achievements of Iltutmish made them Caliph of Baghdad issue a letter bestowing administrative power. Bestowing administrative power given by Caliph of Baghdad to Iltutmish because for his achievements. Next, another important, the administrative system of Iltutmish. The administrative system of Iltutmish. The first point in administrative system of Iltutmish, Iltutmish divided his kingdom into iqtas or provinces. Second point means Iltutmish divided his kingdom into provinces. He appointed provincial officers to look after the iqtas or provinces. First one, he divided kingdom as iqtas. He appointed iqtadas to look after provincials. Third one, he appointed a group of 40 sardars to advise him in administrative. So these 40 sardars helps to Iltutmish in the administrative issues. Not only a 40 sardars and also the prime minister and judges advised Iltutmish in the administration. Iltutmish bought gold and silver coins to circulation. So Qutub Minar also completed by him. Qutub Minar started by Qutbuddin Aibak and ended by Iltutmish. So these are the important points of Iltutmish. And then the another important ruler or another Sultan of Delhi was Ruknuddin Firoz. Ruknuddin Firoz was a son of Iltutmish. After the death of the Iltutmish, Ruknuddin Firoz ascended the throne, but he was incompetent, means not able to or not fit to rule Delhi. So his sister Razia Begum ascended the throne. Next, Razia Sultana. Razia Begum was a daughter of Iltutmish. She was the first woman to ascend Delhi throne. She ascended the throne 1236 to 1240, means she was ruled only 4 years. She got the title Sultana because she participated in battles dressing as a man. She established her rule from Sindh to Bengal. Razia Sultana established her rule from Sindh to Bengal. The provincial officials. These provincial officials appointed by Iltutmish because for look after provinces. These provincial officials killed Razia Sultana. You know why? Yes. They didn't tolerate, means these provincial officials didn't tolerate women rule in Delhi. In this, the officials killed or murdered Razia Sultana. Next, last great ruler of slave dynasty, Ghiyas-uddin Balban. Ghiyas-uddin Balban. After the death of Razia Sultana, Ghiyas-uddin Balban ascended the throne in 1266 to 1287. He was a slave of Iltutmish. He had a member of 40 Sardars, 40 Sardar group appointed by Iltutmish. He was appointed to the post of Amir-e-Shikar during the period of Razia Sultana. Balban controlled the misrule of disobedient Turkish Sardars, means these appointed by Iltutmish. This Turkish Sardar evil group destroyed by Balban. He avoided Mongolian attacks and ensured peace and order in his kingdom. He wore Persian style of dress. He declared himself as the representative of the god and enforced absolute monarchy. Means Balban declared himself god representative. He built a forts along the border of northwestern India because avoid the Mongolian attacks. The last ruler of slave dynasty, Kaiku Bhad. He was ruled 1287 to 1290. He was a last ruler of slave dynasty. He was a grandson of Ghiyasuddin Balban. He was murdered by his own minister Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji.